Okay, class, time for speaking practice now. So let's do part 1, topic number 22, okay? Part 1, topic number 22. It's gonna be advertisement. Okay, topic number 22 is actually about advertisement. Nói về những mẫu quảng cáo. So remember the differences, okay? So we have advertising, nhớ không nào? Advertising, it means the business of trying to persuade people to buy things. Cái ngành mà chuyên môn tìm cách thuyết phục con người ta mua đồ, với cái ngành quảng cáo. Hoặc là việc quảng cáo. But we have the word advertisement. Những âm 3. Những mẫu quảng cáo. And especially for TV, you have a word commercials. Những mẫu quảng cáo trên TV nó gọi riêng là chữ commercials. So there's something you need to know, okay, to not make a mistake in those things, okay? So first question, do you see a lot of advertising? Các bạn có thấy rất là nhiều cái chuyện quảng cáo không? Are there any type of advertising you like? Bất kỳ cái loại quảng cáo nào bạn thích không? So what are the types? So we have banner ads, những cái quảng cáo mà giống như cái trang web lúc nào thấy cái banner. So you have ads on the banner of any website. We have pop-up ads, mấy cái quảng cáo mà sau mấy giây tắt được á. Like ads that pop up when you go to websites. Những cái mẫu quảng cáo mà nó xuất hiện sau khi mà mình vô một cái website nào đó chính là pop-up ads. So we have billboards, những tấm panel quảng cáo. We have jingles, những tiếng chuông len keng. We have telemarketing, tiếp thị từ xa. What else do we have? Tiếp thị từ xa giống gọi điện hỏi mua đất nào đó. What else do we have? We have leaflets, những tờ rơi, tờ bướm. We also have what? Other kind of advertisement you can see, like, you know, a lot of them. What are there any types of advertising you like? Có bất kỳ cái loại quảng cáo nào bạn thích không? Have you ever bought something because of an advertisement? Bạn có bao giờ mua cái gì bởi vì một cái mẫu quảng cáo hay không? Do you watch advertisement from the beginning to the end? Bạn có coi những mẫu quảng cáo từ lúc đầu đến lúc cuối luôn không? Do you think advertisements are necessary? Những âm đầu. Necessary. Bạn có nghĩ những mẫu quảng cáo là cần thiết không? What do you think about false advertising? False advertising. Nó là việc quảng cáo sai sự thật. False advertising means like people advertise things that is not true about their product and can cause people to mislead people, làm cho người ta bị hiểu sai về sản phẩm. Can cause people to be misled. That's false advertising. So, Mr. Trung, do you see a lot of advertising?
Yeah. Every day I see advertising when I check my Facebook.
Yes.
And when I watch YouTube, okay, I mean, I can see advertisements everywhere nowadays.
I see. So, are there any type of advertising you like?
There are some advertising that I like, but I don't take them serious as
You don't
I
take them
use.
seriously.
Yeah.
I don't take them seriously. I see. Không có coi trọng Không có coi nó gọi là nghiêm túc. You don't take them seriously, I see. So, Mr. How about you? Do you see a lot of advertising?
Yeah, to be honest, that I could see advertising most of everywhere that I've come across in my life, because advertising is so much popular nowadays that many, students choose to study. So that advertising has become more and more popular in our country. So that's it's easy to understand or to see that we can see a lot of advertising on a daily basis.
Okay, on a daily basis. So, Mr. Is there any kind of advertising that you like?
I think that I like those of TV advertisements.
Say again?
Like advertising on TV,
On the
TV.
On TV, I see. Okay, that's good. Well, on TV, like you mean commercial, right?
Yep.
So, is there any particular advertisement that you remember well?
Those commercials that introduce the viewers about like food or drinks. I really love them because they're really colorful and their contents is actually good too.
You mean drinks? Like what kind of drink?
Those sparkling drinks for like Pepsi, Coca.
Pepsi,
Like,
Coca, or soft drink? You mean soft drink, right?
yeah.
Right. So there were ones I actually like advertisement of soft drink as well. But since I have not drank soft drink for a long time, I don't watch them. So, Mr. Trung, please, so what do you think? Have you ever bought something because of an advertisement?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The thing that I use mostly buy because of advertisement is clothes.
Mm-hmm. Like what kind of clothes? Can you elaborate?
I really like second-hand clothes.
There's nothing wrong with that, actually. Sometimes second-hand clothes can be quite good as well.
And
Like-
they're special
like,
and this,
jackets, for example, jackets can be very good as well.
and it likes the new product is nowhere to be found, so I need to look up on the page of the store that sell thanks to the advertisement. Okay, they could look up to the store that sell the
No, right? So there are actually a lot of used things, secondhand things that can still be bought. On top of my list is furniture, because furniture can last for a very long time. So normally, if you buy used, it's actually sometimes you can get a very good price and very good quality product as well. The second thing is books, books and furniture, sách vở và các loại furnitures, đồ nội thất. And also sometimes I buy plants, like secondhand plants, những cái cây đã được nuôi người ta nuôi người ta bán lại, like secondhand plants, potted plants, potted plants. Well, sometimes we can buy like musical instrument as well. Nhạc cụ nữa nha. Well, because of advertisement on people, you can actually find them. So, have you ever bought something because of an advertisement?
Oh, yeah. Like I've done that several times, but actually I don't easily get convinced by the advertisement that I watch. So I usually check the reviews of the products before like making a decision, because I really want to like make sure to buy something which I
It's a decision.
decision.
Decision, âm DZ nha. Decision. Before making a decision.
Well, because I really want something that is of to buy something which I believe is of
Decision.
high quality.
See, decision.
Decision. Decision.
Before making a decision. So you said something about checking the reviews and then think carefully before making a decision. What else then? What else can you tell me? Okay, so Mr. Trung, do you watch advertisement from the beginning to the end?
Oh, okay. So in the past, there were advertising on TV. Okay, and I was a kid.
Child.
A child.
Child.
And there the celebrities and the music. Okay, so when I was a child, I really loved to watch advertising on TV. But the more I grew up, the less I believe in advertisement after I buy the actual product. So right now, I'm not much interested in advertising. Yeah.
I see. Well, I never liked advertisement anyway, so that's why I turn off advertisement on my YouTube video as well. I turn them off because I don't want people to stop watching my video because of advertisement,
Oh.
So I've never earned any money from advertisement at all, nor I have earned any money from YouTube. So I decided to turn it off. So that's why you can see my videos. None of them has advertisement on it anyway. So do you think advertisements are necessary?
Right. Although I don't like advertisement, I still think advertisement is necessary. Okay, it's really crucial. It plays an important role in getting the attention from potential purchasers to the products that the manager or the brand is selling. Yeah.
Right, that the brand is selling. I see. You see, Crispy is trying to remove the noise from his phone. You see, it's working, but unfortunately, it's not perfect. Nó xóa được nhưng mà không phải xóa được hết đâu. It's fine. Okay, so Mr. Do you watch advertisement from the beginning to the end?
Well, so if the advertisement is on TV, so then I do watch, the ads until finish. But however, if they appear on, social media platforms such as YouTube or Facebook, I always have a choice not to watch, the entire ad because I actually don't want to waste my time watching those ads. Because
it's a time waster.
Yeah, because I think watching ads is quite time consuming, so I don't want to spend my time on those apps.
I agree too. Okay, so Mr. What do you think about false advertising? Do people often do that?
Well, actually, I think they do. Each of the advertisement, they do have something that's untrue about the products or about their services because they just want to get more attention from the viewers or buyers.
Viewers and buyers, I see.
Yeah, so they have to make sure that the products are as most perfect as possible. So they try to make everything perfect in their ad. Although that's not really 100% the truth when in a reality. So I think that's kind of understandable for like the effort, like for those false advertising, but not too much. Like
Well,
just
there are different levels. There are different levels of advertising. You know, like
Yeah.
sometimes they are very mild. Most of the time, it's mild for advertising because people always try to, how can I say, to make their products looks very stellar, to make their products look better or sound better, to make their products look and sound better, to sugarcoat the truth. You know, sugarcoat the truth. Giống như là bọc đường sự thật vậy đó. To sugarcoat the truth about their products. So they only talk about the good points of the products without mentioning the disadvantages, right? But that is only mild false advertising. There are cases when it's not so mild, when false advertising becomes really severe. That's when people advertise about services, for example. I'm sure you know that many English centers, they advertise that you can get a band 7 or 7.5 in 2 months. That is clearly very bad advertising, right? Very false advertising. Very bad false advertising. Because it's misleading. Rõ ràng là cái chuyện mà đảm bảo đầu ra ở 7 chấm trong vòng 2 tháng là misleading, nó gây ra ta hiểu lầm cái cuộc thi này. It's causing a lot of misconception about the IELTS exam and then things like that. So that is very bad false advertising. So Mr. Trung, what do you think about this particular situation?
You mean about
Should that be punished by the law or something?
Okay, so for false advertising,
yes.
You
know, in other country, false advertising is punishable by law. Okay, punishable by law.
But in Vietnam,
nước là quảng cáo láo là có thể là bị trừng phạt bởi luật pháp đó nha.
But in Vietnam, you know, the law to protect the customers.
Whether, how the perpetrator should be punished.
Yeah. I mean, in Vietnam, we have no precedents.
Sorry?
The precedent. The precedents. I can't.
Precedent là cái chuyện trước từng xảy ra.
Yeah, there's no precedents. When
nó gọi là tiền lệ chuyện trước đây từng xảy ra.
Yeah.
Precedents. There's no precedence for anybody being punished by false advertising, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So,
I think yes, but only when it's really bad.
So like right now,
advertising the service of cho vay ấy, like money loaning service. Well, and of course they try to advertise a lot about those things, but you know how it is, really bad, right? So I think the Vietnamese government is trying to ban such a kind of activity. So, Mr. What do you think about false advertising?
That noise again.
Oh, that noise again. Okay, I think you have already talked about it, right? Okay, so maybe we should go to part 2 and 3 now, I guess. I hear no noise now because Crispy on my side just, you know, eliminate all the noises. Alright, so that's the advertisement. I should write it down. Let's go to I want you to do something a bit more challenging. So we did 73 also. but we didn't do these things. Let's try. Okay, let's try 74. Okay, guys, girls. Describe a time when you moved to a new home or new school. Okay, miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn dời tới hoặc bạn chuyển tới một cái nhà mới hoặc một cái trường mới. A time when you move to a new home or you move to new schools. You should say when you moved. Bạn chuyển tới lúc nào? Where you moved. Bạn chuyển tới nơi nào? Why you moved. Tại sao bạn lại chuyển đi? Bạn chuyển vào. How you felt about it. Bạn cảm thấy nào về điều đó? And then you have part 3 here. Why do people move to a new home? Tại sao con người ta lại chuyển tới một cái tổ ấm mới? There might be many reasons, you know. And then next one. What problems will people face after moving to a new place? And how do people solve these problems? Có những vấn đề nào con người ta sẽ phải đối diện sau khi chuyển tới một cái nơi mới ở, mà con người ta sẽ giải quyết những vấn đề như thế nào? Like think about neighbors, hàng xóm như nào? Think about finding a new school for their children, tìm trường mới cho con học. Maybe finding a new job, for example. Because sometimes new home affect new jobs, you know. Đôi khi cái chỗ mới bạn ở nó ảnh hưởng đến công việc mới nữa. Ảnh hưởng công việc, rồi tìm công việc mới. And maybe sometimes it affect your social relationship as well. Because maybe you are near to someone and then you will be able to meet them more often. Or be able to meet someone less often, for example. Nó ảnh hưởng đến mối quan hệ xã hội. Tại vì lỡ đâu mình chuyển tới nơi mới mình sẽ gặp gỡ cái người khác nhiều hơn hoặc ít hơn thì sao? Think about that. Next one. What are the advantages and disadvantages of living in the same place? Có những lợi ích và ích lợi nào của chuyện sống chứ trong cùng một cái nơi hoài, luôn sống hoài ở một nơi? And then, is it good to move to a new place frequently? Có tốt khi di chuyển một nơi mới một cách thường xuyên không? Tức là cái thường xuyên chuyển nhà. It means you frequently move out and move in. Is it a good thing? Why? Okay, focus on this one. Okay, Mr. Please describe a time when you moved to a new home or new school.
Like actually I've just moved into my new apartment district 7 like almost 1 year ago. My family decided to move here like from our old house in district 6 because my parents said that my grandparents needed a new space, as well as about like it's all about a distance from my house to my parents' work. It took like half of an hour for my parents.
It takes half an hour.
It takes half an hour to like for my parents to move from our house to the to my mom's salon.
To my mother's hair salon.
Mother. Yeah, so in addition, like my parents also quite like furniture and the design of this apartment. So yeah, we decided to move here when I was in grade 9. And at first, when I heard the news that we had to move to a new home, I was a bit sad and depressed because I lived in my old house for 16 years. So I was like familiar with the neighbors and yeah, so but after moving here, I made new friends and I felt pretty good when when I can meet up with like many more people, and especially I like the park under my new apartment, so I can enjoy some of the after school afternoons when I can breathe the fresh air here.
Right. So, Mr. Trung, please describe a time when you moved to a new home or a new school, please.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, what do you say?
Okay, so why the first question, right?
No. This is task 2 first. Describe a time when you moved to a new home or a new school, please.
Yeah. So as a person who doesn't have a house in Ho Chi Minh City, I moved on.
This question, you can talk about your rented apartment. You can talk about your rented apartment. It doesn't have to be your own house, you know.
Yeah. This is my opening. As a person who don't have a house, so I moved. I changed my house. My house I lost. So the last time I moved to a new home was 6 months ago.
Sick? Are you sure? Sick?
6.
Yeah,
6.
kéo dài ra chút xíu.
Yeah.
A bit longer. 6.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
6 months ago. 6 months ago.
Yeah. Okay, so the place is kind of far from my previous place, but I think it's okay. The reason I have to move is that the owner of the house, they had some issue. I don't know about the ownership. Okay, so that's why they have to sell their house, and they could no longer accommodate me. So that's why I moved to a new place.
Maybe a new place is better for you. Do you think so? How you felt about it?
So I don't know how other people feel, but whenever I move to a new place, I feel interested. And
you feel interested, or you feel interesting?
I feel interested, and a little because I am exposed to new experience,
to a new environment, right?
Yeah, and it can be hard, it can be difficult, but that's how life goes. We need to get tougher and stronger, and after every move we make, every change we do to become better, we change ourselves and we become a better version of ourselves.
We become a better version of ourselves. I see. Okay, good enough. Now, Mr. Lee, so do you know why do people move to a new home?
So I think there could be, several reasons for this, but I think that most people relocate because they want to have like better employment or education opportunities. So, for example, when people get promoted to like another business branch in another country or city or country, so they have to find a new place to live. Another reasons might be because people are like quite unhappy with their current home or neighborhood, so they want to like seek for a change to like make their life to be more exciting or interesting. So moving up to a better place can like improve their living conditions and allow them to have a better life.
I see, to have a better life. I see. Okay, good now. Okay, so I think I like your answer actually. Okay, so Mr. Trung, what do you think? Why do people move to a new home? What do you think?
Okay, there are several reasons why people move to a new home. That can be a new workplace. That can be a new change in the environment. That can be some breakup, or that can be some
breakup, breakup with their lovers, something like that. It happens often.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why there are several reasons why people move to a new home. But anyway, I think a new place is good. Okay, so because when you say goodbye to the old place or the old home, you can open yourself to new chance and opportunity and welcome new people, new into your life. Okay, so I think this is good.
I think it's a good thing as well. So, Mr. Chung, what problem will people face after moving to a new place, and how do people solve those problems?
Oh, okay. So when moving to a new place, there can be some problems people have to face. From my experience, the first problem is to get everything in order. Like we need.
To get everything in order means like to, I could say, to settle in, right?
Yeah, or simply to clean the house, to buy new thing, to organize, to make some good arrangement for the furniture in the house. Okay, and the second one is that you you need to get used to the environment around you. You need to know where to buy food. You need to know yeah, where to buy food, where to do the service, like to get your hair cut, and and the third problem is that you need to
Yeah, but how do people solve those problems then? It should be easy because it should be easy with furniture and finding services, I think.
And I think because to solve the problem, all we need is just take time and be patient, and have a good observation for things around you. There can be good people, there can be bad people, but if you have a good observation, and you can realize what is good and what is bad, and gradually you will get adapted to the new environment, the new home.
I see. So, Mr. Lee, so what are the advantages and what are the advantages and disadvantages of living in the same place? Since you had lived in the same place for 16 years, you said, maybe you know the answer for this. Mr. Please. Do you know the answer for this? What are the benefits and drawbacks, or advantages and disadvantages of living?
Yeah, living in the same place has pros and cons. Like when we stay in one place for like extended time, and it will like becomes like your home. So you will not only meet lots of people, but also become very close to them. And like after spending a long time in the same place, you will be like familiar to the neighborhood or the scenery around you, the surroundings. So you don't have to like struggle with the new things or the new neighbors, which like that. And you like whenever you need help, you can ask for help from your neighbors. But also it has some disadvantages too. Like when you don't the atmosphere or theory around your place that you're living in, that's your heart to like living with that, and it's gonna be a problem when you want to move to a new home.
Well, those problems should not be too hard to tackle, isn't it? That's a disadvantage. So what are the advantages of living in the same place then? You need to explore both, you know. I mean, it depends on like personality. So some people, they like to move once in a while, you know, but they cannot bear living in the same place for a long time. Because sometimes living in the same place for a long time, okay, then it might provide stability, but it's boring. It's so damn boring. It's really boring though. So for those people who like to have some changes in their life, adventures, well, staying in the same place is not for them. Surely. What do you think, Mr. Advantages of staying
Well,
in the same place?
That is gonna be like
It's going to be.
It's going to be.
Không có gonna yeah. It's going to be what?
Like you going like is.
Yes. Yes, tell me. I'm listening. Oh, the noise again. Okay. So, Mr. Chung, you know the answer for this? What are the advantages of living in the same place? Do you know the answer?
Oh, right. Living in the same place also has its own advantages. Okay, because when you stay in one place, okay, you know the you can get emotionally attached to the place.
You get emotionally attached to a place. Trở nên quyến luyến, cảm với một nơi nào đó. You can get emotionally attached to a place. I understand the feeling a lot, of course, because a lot of time I still dream about my previous homes. Of course, I still do. But that reflects my, attachment, emotional attachment to a place. What else then? Yeah, is that an advantage? You think so?
I think so, and I become more aware of the place, like spiritually. Okay, and I become that senior person in the place, and other people like they come and go, they kind of go. But I stay in one place, and I still have the chance to meet new people. I don't need to go anywhere.
Right, I see.
Right. Okay, so I think that's the one advantages of staying in one place.
I see. Right. Okay. So, Mr. Trung, is it good to move to a new place frequently? Like move out, move in, like once every year or something like that? Is it a good thing?
It depends. It goes for young people who are full of energy, and they still love to
move in and move out.
Yeah. And they love adventures. Okay. But for old people, moving frequently.
Well, we have service for that,
But it's still tiring and exhausting, don't you think so? We have to think the cost for the service, to think about the place to put that.
It's not that bad. Come on, it's not that bad.
Okay, but I still, it's not good for old people to change a place frequently. Yeah.
Well, maybe it can help them to change their perspective, Có thể giúp họ thay đổi cách nhìn nhận, điểm nhìn của họ. Yeah, can help to change their perspective. Maybe they can come to new thought, to come to new thoughts. Có thể có được những cái suy nghĩ mới. Well, I would recommend people to change like once every 5 years or maybe more than that, maybe. Because staying in one place, you feel stuck, okay? Cảm thấy rất là stuck, cảm thấy giống như bị kẹt ở đó, không đi đâu được. And I feel like, people should try to change their residence once in a while, to change their residence, their place of residence once in a while. Well, at least for me, okay? That's what I want to, but maybe for some others, no, maybe. Okay, so Mr. What do you think? Is it good to move to a new place frequently?
Well, I think it's good to like to move to a new place, but for a long time after living in the old place, because moving home too often doesn't sound like a great idea to me. Like people, especially children, would have like a hard time making and maintaining any supportive friends. Making new friends is hard for
so really hard.
Yes, for those who kind of introverted, and some constant changes might lead to an enormous amount of insecurity, stress, or worry, and depressions, and which affect greatly on their mental well-being. And
mental what?
Mental well-being. Like mental
well-being. The mental well-being. Okay, very good. So it depends. You mean depends on the cases, right? How about extrovert? Tức là người hướng ngoại nên dọn ra nơi khác thường xuyên sao? So you mean extrovert should be moving to a new place frequently? You mean?
I think it really depends on the purposes of moving, like to a new home. When they're in case, but I think that extroverts can adapt in the environment and make friends to their neighbors easily, like more easily to than introverts. But I think that moving to a new home is kind of time consuming and costly.
Well, if you hire professional people, you can move in and out very easily and very fast as well. Trust me, what money it actually is money well spent.
Yeah, but like when moving to a new house, you need like a big amount of moving expenses, and you have to adjust to new surroundings.
Oh wow, so, I understand that. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Let's try this one. Let's try 75, okay? Describe a difficult thing you did. Miêu tả một cái điều khó khăn mà mình đã làm. A difficult thing you did. What it was, điều gì vậy? How you did complete it. How you did it or how you completed it. Bạn đã hoàn thành hoặc làm điều đó như thế nào? And why it was difficult. Tại sao nó lại là điều khó khăn? How you felt about doing it. Cảm thế nào về điều đó? And then you have part 3. What kind of job require people to be confident? Những loại công việc nào yêu cầu con người ta phải tự tin? You should think about this one a lot, On what occasions should children be encouraged and how? Trong những cái dịp nào trẻ nhỏ nên được khuyến khích? Tại sao? Khuyến khích là những điều khó khăn. How do you help children stay focused? Làm thế nào bạn giúp trẻ nhỏ tập trung? What challenges do young people face today? Những người trẻ ngày nay phải đối diện với những cái thách thức nào? So think about finding jobs, competition rate is really high, kiếm việc làm khó khăn. Think about having to deal with old people. Well, expectations, expectations, những cái sự mong chờ của xã hội. Expectation can actually be very cruel. Nhiều lúc cái expectation của xã hội nó ác độc lắm luôn, rất độc ác, đòi hỏi rất kinh khủng. Well, expectation to get married soon, expectation to have kids, to keep children, expectation to earn a lot of money, something like that. Well, that's something about expectations. Well, you can talk about other challenges, like, for example, life now is actually a bit more difficult compared to in the 1970s, 1980s, It's not that simple, because you you may need to take on an extra job in order to pay the bills, đôi khi phải kiếm thêm công việc khác để mình trả tiền bill và trả thêm các khoản phí khác trong cuộc sống. Something like that. Okay, focus on this one. Okay, so Mr. Trung, you first. Can you describe a difficult thing you did?
Yeah. Can you hear me? All right.
Of course.
Okay, so one difficult thing that I did is to overcome my fear of water, to learn.
Don't you know how to swim?
I don't know how to swim actually.
Oh, I see.
But I'm learning.
It's good that you're learning from me.
Yeah. So that's one difficult thing. I need to overcome my fear of water to start learning to swim. Okay, so to overcome that, I need a friend who can teach a friend or a teacher who can teach me how to swim. All right. Okay. And the first thing when we learn how to swim is to learn how to breathe. Breathing while swimming is different from breathing when we are on the land, right? Okay, it's really difficult. We need to change the way we breathe in and breathe out.
I don't even know how to breathe in and breathe out. Like, I know how to swim, but I hate when it comes to breathing, underwater or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think that because you know how to swim already.
No, so I just like this, but I never really breathe underwater like what the teachers told me to,
Okay. Yeah, and after I overcome the fear of water, I can open my eyes underwater and I can learn how to breathe. I feel it's an achievement. Okay. And right now,
congratulations, you level up.
Yeah.
Level. What's that?
Okay. So yeah.
And you felt great about it. Okay, Mr. Your turn. Describe a difficult thing you did, please. Hello, Mr. Your microphone. Hello, Mr.
Oh.
Describe a difficult thing you did, please.
Well, I had to pass my high school entrance exam 2 years ago, and honestly, it was one of the most difficult things I've ever done. At that period of time, we all had to study the entire day, practice more types of exercises, and read plenty of books. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so they had to postpone the exam date. So I had to study nervously because I didn't know, exactly the exam date will
occur. You didn't know exactly the exam date, right?
Yeah. But however, fortunately, I was, self-confident because I was well prepared for the exams, and finally I passed. So after passing and completing the exam, I felt proud of myself and also relieved because I have finished one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life.
I see. You sure it's one of the most difficult?
Up until now.
Up at that time. Maybe IELTS is even more difficult.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, right. So, Mr. Trung, please, so what kind of job require people to be confident? What do you think?
Okay. When it comes to job, I think every job require people to be confident.
Except when you have to meet people. Like there are jobs and you don't have to meet people, then you don't need confidence.
So what I mean is that the confidence must come from your knowledge and your experience. Okay, and you are confident, you believe in yourself, you confidence in your ability, and if things go wrong, you know the solution to the issue. So I think every job requires people to be confident.
Right. I see. Right. Okay. Can you be more specific? Like, give some kind of examples for the kind of job that need confidence?
Okay. For one example is from my experience, my old job. I need to be confident when speaking with people, with customers.
Speaking with customers and without getting angry at them.
That's it. All right. Because I am not allowed to get angry with them, no matter how wrong they, no matter how wrong, no matter how.
Get angry with people because I'm a freelancer. I don't work for anybody. So.
No matter how wrong they can be, okay, no matter how upset or how frustrated they can be, I am not allowed to get angry with them.
Well, because of that system, customer become like a kind of gods, and then they think that they own the place. They own the place, and then everyone has to bow to them. Kiểu system hệ thống như vậy, cho nên là khách hàng giống như là leo lên đầu, giống như trời ông chúa, giống như mọi người phải lạy họ nè. Have to bow to them, I don't think it's gonna work that way. So, Mr. Stone, please, what do you think? On what occasions should children be encouraged and how?
Well, I think that.
Yes, what do you think?
I think that children should be, encouraged in those situations.
Should be encouraged
to like in those situations when they feel afraid of in doing something that's good for them, and we should encourage them to do that, but also the encouragement should only be given out to a point, and we shouldn't force them to do it. So for example, we can encourage children to learn something creative, such as painting, if they show interested in it, and to encourage them more, parents can take them to a museum so they can develop their interest further, but we mustn't force them to do anything that we think is good for them. We just encourage them to do anything that they think that they show the interest in it and we think is good.
Right, never force people to do things they don't like. Of course. Alright, so Mr. Trung, how do you help children? How do people help children stay focused? Is there any way to help children stay focused? These days we have TikTok, we have social media, we have so many distractions to, take away the focus from children. So that's why they cannot really stay focused for a long time when talking to people. It's a big problem. Yes. So how do you help children stay focused
then? To stay focused, children need to be
stay focused on studying, on doing a task, or doing something. Focus is important.
Stay focused. Let's look at an example to stay focused on study. Children need to be disciplined.
Yes.
And they should have a reasonable goal. Like if they study today for how many hours, if they can finish this exercise, if they can get a good grade, they can get an achievement, a gift, or a reward from the parents. So we need to set a reasonable goal for them to stay focused.
Set a reasonable goal for them to stay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Mr.? How do you help children stay focused?
Well, I think that children are naturally energetic, right? So I think that we need to help them to vent out their energy to help them, focus better. So first of all, we can provide them an environment that is free of distractions. Like when they're studying, they should not be allowed to use cell phones.
Exactly. And that's why a lot of schools, they forbid the use of cell phone in classes,
Yeah, because cell phones would take their attention in classes, so just cannot be concentrate on the study, but just to scroll, surf the net or scroll the phone for or taking pictures, photos. Or another way to help children to stay focused better is that we can teach them about meditation, because they have to focus on the breath or single.
Their breathing is so
So yeah, that meditation would be another technique to
another technique. Second syllable. Technique. Another technique to learn.
Yeah, to help children to stay focused better.
Okay. Then, Mr. Trung, do you know what challenges do young people face today? Mr. Trung, you know? On your microphone, please.
Okay, so now today, young people face a lot of challenges. They have the addiction and the okay, so I think two biggest challenges that young people face today are the addiction and the distraction.
Addiction to social media?
Yeah, okay. Addiction, okay, they can be addicted to anything, the social media, drugs and the smoking, and alcoholic, because
alcoholic,
right? They everywhere is on the TV, on the commercials, on Facebook, on YouTube. Even the celebrities promote
of course, some celebrities, they promote the use of drugs, the use of alcohol too. I can see that. Which is
okay, and the second big challenge is the distraction. Okay, distraction.
The depression, the sense of isolation, because nobody cares. Because they feel like nobody cares about them. The sense of isolation, cảm giác bị cô lập. Và trầm cảm. One of the biggest problems in the society today is depression. Okay, so let's try a different topic now. Try 76. Describe a time when you felt proud of a family member. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn cảm thấy rất tự hào về một cái thành viên gia đình. You should say when it happened, lúc nào vậy? Who the person is, người đó mà bạn tự hào là ai vậy? What the person did, cái người đó làm cái gì? Explain why you felt proud of him or her. Giải thích tại sao bạn cảm thấy tự hào về cái người này. Okay, and then you have part 3. When should parents feel proud of their children? Cha mẹ nên cảm thấy tự hào về trẻ nhỏ của họ lúc nào, khi nào, những lúc nào? Should parents reward children? Why and how? Các bậc cha mẹ có nên thưởng cho con của họ không? Như thế nào và tại sao? Tại sao phải thưởng? Is it good to reward children too often? Why? Có tốt không khi thưởng trẻ nhỏ quá thường xuyên? Like, you know, when something you do it too much, you know, it often backfire, you know. Nó thường phản tác dụng. It often backfire. Backfire nó giống như là bắn lại, phản tác dụng. It often backfires. And you can just explain why, give examples. Nên cho ví dụ đó nha. And then, on what occasions would adults be proud of themselves? Người lớn nên cảm thấy tự hào về bản thân ở những cái dịp như thế nào? Like what achievement they have achieved, what they have contributed to their country, hoặc là cống hiến cho đất nước của họ chẳng hạn. Or what they have achieved, like personal goals, you know, những cái mục tiêu cá nhân, ví dụ như là đi gym là có ngoại hình chuẩn chẳng hạn, like going to the gym to have like perfect body, for example. Something like that. All right, it shouldn't be too difficult, I guess. 76. You have some time now. All right, doing you first. You go first. Describe a time when you felt proud of a family member, please. Your microphone, both of you, please. Let's see how many seconds it lasts. Xem lắc mấy giây nha. Tường nói gì đó không thấy mấy giây rồi. Gần 10 giây rồi. See, your internet is really bad, I think. I can't hear you, Mr. See?
Oh, I waited for the sound to like finish.
There you go. I hear you. Perfect. Wow, such a moment when I can hear my students again. Anyway, describe a time when you felt proud of a family member, please.
Oh. Okay, so like I used to be an only child of my parents, so I used to play with my cousin who was 2 years younger than me.
Hang out with or play with, careful.
Hang out.
Play with means you play a game with someone. Hang out with means you spend time with them. Dùng từ nào? Chơi là trò chơi nhé, mình là play with nha. Còn hang out with là dành thời gian với người ta. So which one is the right word?
Hang out.
Okay, hang out. I used to.
Yeah, so I remember when I was 12 years old, we were like walking to the grocery store to buy things for my grandmother. And suddenly we came across a wallet, you know, sitting on the street. And after discussing with each other, we decided, like, we think that someone has chopped it and we should take it to the police station. But in the end, you know, I was quite scared and, you know, did not have enough confidence to, like, did not dare to go there. So I told my cousin to ignore it. Well, you know, I felt guilty and regretful at that time, but had no choice but to like went home alone and, you know, left my cousin with the wallet on the street there. But my cousin decided to go to the police station alone to like to give the wallet back to the police officer, to give back to those who had lost it. And I felt kind of regretful, but so proud of him because he was younger than me, but did a really good job. So, yeah.
That's why you felt proud of him. I see. Okay, Mr. Trung, your turn, please. Describe a time when you felt proud of a family member, please.
Yeah, there was the time when I felt proud of one family member is when my sister could know how to cook dinner for me and the whole family.
For me and my whole family, I say.
Yeah, it's not a big deal comparing to other.
It's not a big deal. Oh my God! Of course, it's always a big deal.
Comparing to other family, okay, or the other people, but it's a really important things to me because, my sister. It marks the moment my sister realized that she grew up, she has the ability to cook, and it's not her responsibility to cook for the family, but she learns how to cook for herself, and she used that ability. To enlighten the people around her. Okay, so that's why I'm really proud of my sister at that moment.
Okay, good enough story, I say. So, Mr. Trung, when would parents feel proud of their children? What do you think?
Okay, so personally, I think parents would feel proud of their children when their children become independent. Because that's the moment the children don't need any support from the parent, and if the children is and if the children and the children can even have the cup the I mean
The what?
it can have enough resources and money and time to support their parents back. So
That's when
that's
parents
where
feel proud of their children, right?
yeah.
I see. I think. Okay. I guess so. Okay, Mr. So should parents reward children? What do you think? Why and how?
Yeah, I think there's no problem in rewarding children as this act can encourage good behavior. Parents reward children for academic accomplishments like um, receiving a good grade or on a report, or for personal accomplishments like doing something nice for someone else, or like donating to a charity. And if parents want to install good values in their children, offering rewards can be good way to encourage good behavior. But we should have um, a standard, because rewarding too often can can make something that's really bad for the children.
Can actually backfire because they will not appreciate that reward anymore, right?
Yeah.
As I think it's a psychology. If you do something too often, people will not appreciate that.
Yes, because they would the children will take the reward for granted, and they do not respect the parents' rewards anymore.
So, they will not respect that anymore. I see. So what do you think, Mr. Trung? On what occasions would adults be proud of themselves?
Oh yeah. After many difficulty and challenges in life, it's really I know. Okay,
Of course,
so
of course, you know.
as an adult, I would be proud of myself every time I look back and I know that the present version of me is better than the previous version of me from yesterday. So that the moment I am real. One of those should be proud of themselves. Yeah.
Well, you did not go into specific, like what occasions. Cho ví dụ chứ.
No occasion.
Like think about the fact that when you land a good job, or when you manage to get a band 7 in IELTS after
Yeah.
a year studying with Mr. John.
Yeah, okay. Well, that would be
to be proud.
Right. And I could make my teacher proud as well.
You can make your future brighter. You can have better choices. to make your future even brighter. Shine bright like a diamond, you know?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so what do you think, Tường? On what occasions would adult be proud of himself? You are almost a young lady, so maybe this question applies to you as well.
Well, like adults might be proud of themselves for a number of different reasons. Like so they may take pride in a new accomplishment or promotion of work that they've been working hard towards.
Okay.
Like it could be a promotion of work or buying their own houses, or just like simply helping someone in need, and like being proud in a way for the adults to assure the self-worth and develop a creative passion for life. So I think that
life, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Right, so okay, I think that's good enough. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I'll try to make this one shorter, okay? 77. Describe an activity that you usually do that wasted your time. Miêu tả một cái hành động mà bạn thường làm mà nó tốn thời gian của các bạn. You should say what it is, when you usually do it, why you do it. Explain why you think it wastes your time. Tại sao mình nghĩ nó tốn thời gian. And then, how do people balance life and work? Con người ta cân bằng giữa công việc và cuộc sống như thế nào? Cuộc sống công việc như thế nào? Will you continue doing something when you are aware that it's a waste of time? Bạn sẽ tiếp tục làm cái thứ gì đó chứ khi mà bạn biết được rằng rõ ràng đó là một sự tốn thời gian, phí phạm thời gian. What kind of things make people feel pressured? Những thứ nào thường làm cho người ta cảm thấy bị áp lực? It's IELTS. It's dating, you know. Sometimes dating is a lot of pressure. It's actually quite a lot of pressure too. Job interviews is a lot of pressure. And being in the exam room is a lot of pressure too, of course. Okay, so why do some people refuse to abide by the rules? Tại sao một số người họ lại từ chối tuân thủ luật pháp? Abide by the rules. Well, I don't know why this question has something to do with this topic. Anyway, let's try this one. It's a bit weird. I think this topic is a bit weird. Yeah. Maybe just move this. Okay, you can see it now, I guess. There you go. Okay, you have some time to think. Don't you first, please? Describe an activity you usually do that wasted your time. That is running deadlines. Come on. Hello? Are you still there? Hello? Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn có thể được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.